On the 21st of August 2022, I posted my last video up to this point. The video is a map animation of the first Sino-Japanese war, which took me a month to finish, after which there was nothing but silence, deafening silence. My channel was already prone to boom and bust cycles. I would post during the summer and abandon my channel during the rest of the year, but none had been as prolonged as this last one. I am uploading this video to offer an inside look into my channel and announce my plans looking into the future. This video will be broken up into 3 main parts: the timeline of my channel, how I rebranded it, and what content I intend to make in the near future. So without further ado, let's roll the clock back to somewhere in early to mid 2019. Mapping, according to the Future of Europe's wiki page on fandom, formerly known as Mapadonia, is quote, mapping is straightforward. You get a map and make certain designed countries declare war on another country. The fate of these countries and maps is in your hands. Have fun with it. At first, I started small. I used a primary school book filled with blank maps of the world and traced a map of South America, which I would use to create a 6-part series called Alternative Future of South America. I would then make another series out after the last one's called Alternative History of Europe. This last series would be abandoned around its 5th episode, but both series have one thing in common: they were lost to time. One day I deleted the original files, and the videos themselves on YouTube have been erased from history. The only real evidence of that is just a few paper cards that I have at home, and that's pretty much it. Then I went digital. Between June 2019 and August 2019, I would post not 1 but 11 videos, all of which were pretty low effort. Most of them were either announcement videos or filler content, but there is something of value between all of these videos: map records. Up to 2022 was initially called Andalusian Mapping, until that same year I uploaded a video titled Rebranding Myself, My Return to YouTube. It was a pretty low quality video, with just a control character still using the flag of a hypothetical Iberian Union. There wasn't much thought put into this, it was just because it looked cool, I guess. Thing is, it's not really unique, it doesn't really say anything about myself, so one day when I was on Twitter I just had that realization, and I decided to change it to my real life nickname, which is Xavi, who was a former head manager of FC Barcelona. So obviously my first idea for a new name for this channel was that, Xavi, but I didn't really like it. I needed something different, and then it happened. What if I were to design my profile picture before settling on a new name? That sounds incredibly dumb, right? Well, it actually worked. I designed my new channel icon combining an Andalusian 8-point star and the Alpha and Omega letters, which are from the Greek alphabet and are present on the flag of Asturias. That made it much easier to come up with my new name, which is Xabo, which is like taking a few letters of the original name of Xavi and just taking the Alpha and Omega letters and just slapping in both letters into the name. This is where it gets real tricky. I have a lot of ideas, but I never stick to them. I always abandon them whenever I start, so whatever I choose to make needs to keep me engaged long enough for me to not quit midway through. So this is what I've chosen. So the main ideas are like an entire game through of the video game Susarin, a full breakdown of every character from Echo, which is I'm probably going to start with Carl, and then I don't know which one will be the second one, but we'll figure that out. A review on Alex Garland's Civil War movie, a video on community bias, and a review of Disco Elysium, or maybe a gameplay. Yeah, I really don't know. And it's pretty likely that I may never do anything about these things. Like, I may just start them and never finish them. It's really likely. I mean, what can I say? For the most part, I just want to stick to these 4 categories: reviews, gameplays, commentary, and essays, because it's the main things I like to do. Maybe I'll get in some videos out about nature and stuff, which is another thing I'd like to do, I don't know. But the main thing is, like, I'm seeing a lot of people quitting recently on YouTube because they start to make videos they don't really like producing. Like, they make videos for the intent of gaining money and just making ends meet when they're like not really enjoying it. So that's something I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. I want to make stuff I like to produce, I have fun producing. I don't want to make stuff just for the sake of it. Okay, so let's just get down to the conclusion. I want to thank everyone who's watching this video and everyone who has watched it until the end. This is the first video I've ever produced with using my actual voice. And I know that it's really hard to understand what I'm saying because I have like a really thick accent. So just give me as much feedback as you guys want. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and see you later.